The journey begins in the capital of Iceland, Reykjavik. At 6 o'clock in the morning, a bus takes the group of 9 finely selected premium hikers to the highlands. The bumpy F-road leads through rivers and gives the group a first glance at the beautiful scenery. When arriving in Landmannalaugar, Team Alpha cannot await to begin the hike and quickly starts to orient themselves before rushing to the starting point. Team Bravo embraces a slower pace and tries to find the hidden gem, the famous hot spring of Landmannalaugar. When they discover it just 100 meters away from the starting point of the trail, they cannot believe their eyes. A cold river meeting a hot waterfall forms a natural bathtub in the most amazing scenery. Sitting in the 41°C hot water under the blue sky, surrounded by mountains, Team Bravo feels like in heaven. The hike could not have started in a more marvelous way. With their body batteries charged to 150%, Team Bravo finally sets off on the hike, which they had prepared themselves for several months. At least they bragged about doing so in their WhatsApp group. They don't know it yet, but in each of the hikers slumbers an incredible hike hulk. Little do they know that they have to activate their hidden hiking powers very soon. But the first day starts and ends according to plan. The tour from Landmannalaugar to the first hut in Raftanuska is about 13 kilometers long and about 600 meters in altitude have to be overcome. The scenery is amazing and one of a kind. Vast, beautiful landscapes, hissing steam, colorful mountains. It seems like having stepped into another world. The hike gets more challenging with every step. Steep inclines and vast snowfields bring the fitness of the group to a first test. And yet, the feeling to experience such a unique environment remains overwhelming. Just a few more steps and a stunning view unfolds, showing the first campsite at an altitude of 1,070 meters. On the next morning, thick fog lay over the camp like a veil, giving the place a very special, calm atmosphere. The team structure changed a little, but essentially there was the impressively quick starting Team Alpha and the slower Team Bravo. The reason of their slowness remains unknown. It is told, they absorbed the impressions of the hike with all their senses, which took a toll on their speediness. On the other hand, it still remains a mystery, how Team Alpha could be so quick on their feet. Rumor has it, they could not await to reach a hut which sold cold beer. In the end it did not matter. Everyone was absolutely flabbergasted by the almost alien environment.
What the hell?
A valid question. Just look at the scenery. Mind-blowing and indescribable. Why the bloody flies picked especially this place to bother the shit out of the 9 fellows is still unclear. Maybe the Laugavegur is not so perfect after all. A foolish thought, quickly discarded.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott, ist das kalt.
Well, that was day 2. But now an important decision had to be made by the group. For Team Alpha it was rather easy, since there was beer. Tasty, cold beer, and the majestic lake. So a new master hiking plan was forged quickly. Team Bravo, consisting of these 2 fine gentlemen, and a third fellow who is not in the picture, would shorten the Lauga hike to 3 days, so the spearhead of the team, these 2 gentlemen, would gain 1 day, enabling them to extend the hike by including the challenging F Trail. The members of Team Alpha on the other hand had set themselves a new target. They would stay at the majestic lake and try to send the hut into a crisis by emptying their beer stock. Will they succeed? Now that that is settled, please, once again, look at that fucking majestic lake. Unreal. The teams finally split up. Team Bravo has to hike to the next hut while Team Alpha stays at the majestic lake and the beer. For a brief moment Team Bravo questions their decision-making. The 16 kilometers of today's hike are a good warm-up for the upcoming 28 kilometers on the next day. Does Team Bravo have it in them? What the trail will demand of them? Mission accomplished. Team Alpha drank the complete beer stock at the Alftavatten hut. To the dismay of Team Bravo, they even got up early and then passed them by, before they had finished their breakfast. Team Alpha claims this as a victory, but the real dominators will reveal themselves very late in the game. The rest of Day 3's story will only be told by slow-motion videos and soothing music, so you can let that sink in. Try to feel it. The calmness, the beauty, the exhaustion. The guy in the front, leading the group, that is the real goat. He is too modest to admit it, but everyone knows it. Not only did he finish the hike with only 1.5 boots on his feet, but while the other fellows needed hiking poles to get their tired bodies up and down the hills, he said, "Fuck that, poles are for the weak. I will use my hand to carry a big-ass water bottle instead." And while everybody was constantly layering up and down to adjust to temperature changes, this shining hiking goat said, "Ain't nobody got time for that. My pink cotton t-shirt covers everything from -10 to +50 degrees. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what makes him the hiking goat." Totally exhausted, both Team Alpha and Team Bravo arrive at the destination, the volcano huts. You can tell how tired everyone was by acknowledging the fact that the content creator only took 3 lousy photos with his smartphone. The record button was not pushed once. Although the location was awesome, spare ribs and beer were served, the semi-finals of the European Football Championship were broadcasted, the showers were hot. The memory of this place will forever stay in the hearts of these lion hikers. What was originally supposed to be a 2-day trip ended up being a 1-day marathon when shit hit the fan on the top of the mountain, Fimmvörðuháls. Both teams would get into heavy rain, thick fog and strong winds, and then decide to push through to Skogar in 1 day. At this time they would have been hiking for 6 hours, climbed 1,000 meters in altitude and covered a distance of 14 kilometers. Actually, the weather was so bad that the camera gave out and missed to film the worst part. However, when Team Bravo catched a short break at an emergency shelter, they decided to head directly to Skogar, instead of staying a night at the top of the mountain. Team Alpha passed that point about 1 hour earlier, heading directly to Skogar, too. The second half of that hike took another 4 hours. A distance of 15 kilometers had to be covered while descending over 1,000 meters in altitude. After leaving the top of the mountain behind, the scenery changed to green landscapes, veiled in heavy fog. Lots and lots of waterfalls were passed by. The foggy air gave the place a mystic, Icelandic vibe.
Shit. Holy fucking.
The 9 fellows proved that they are hiking warriors. But one question remained unanswered: which are the real dominators? A little hint: it is them. No cozy hotel, just pure, raw, hiking till the end. And one last thing has to be mentioned. This guy here, he is for sure a sleeper.